A financial freedom begins when you understand one simple thing. As long as you depend only on your salary, you will always be trading time for money. You work, you receive, you pay bills, and you wait for the next month to start. But when you begin to build assets, the game changes. Because an asset is everything that puts money in your pocket, even when you are not working directly. And a liability is everything that takes money out of your pocket every month, even if it looks beautiful, comfortable, or necessary. So the first point is this: build assets that pay you instead of buying liabilities that drain your money. Many people receive their salary and before even thinking about the future, already think about what they are going to buy. A new phone, more expensive clothes, a car above their income, an installment that seems small, a subscription they barely use, a purchase made just to feel like they are progressing. The problem is that little by little, these small decisions end up creating a heavy life. The person works more but has less left over, earns a little better but also spends more, gets a raise but increases their standard of living before increasing their investments. And when they realize it, they are trapped in a silent trap. They earn money, but the money does not stay. Now, whoever understands the money game starts to think differently. Before asking, "What can I buy?" this person asks, "What can I build or acquire that will pay me later?" That is the asset mindset. A rented property can be an asset because every month it can generate income. Stocks that pay dividends can be assets because a portion of the company's profits can come back to you. A small business can be an asset because it can generate profit beyond your salary. A digital product such as an ebook, course, template, or YouTube channel can also be an asset because you create it once and it can keep selling or generating income for a long time. But pay attention, it is not the name of the thing that defines whether it is an asset or a liability. It is its behavior in your pocket. A car, for example, is generally a liability because it requires fuel, maintenance, insurance, tax, and depreciation. But if that car is used intelligently to generate more income than its costs, it can become a financial tool. A house where you live generally takes money out of your pocket with bills, maintenance, and taxes. But a house rented to someone else can put money in your pocket every month. That is why the secret is not just to buy things. The secret is to understand whether something is making you richer or making you more dependent on the next paycheck. Imagine two men receiving the same amount per month. The first receives his salary and thinks, "I deserve to spend because I worked hard." So he buys everything that gives a sense of immediate reward. At first it feels good. He feels fulfilled for a few days. But then the invoices, the installments, the bills arrive, and the worry comes back. The second also works hard. He also has desires. He would also like to buy better things, but he sets aside a portion of his salary to build assets. Maybe he starts with little. Maybe he invests in knowledge. Maybe he buys small shares of good investments. Maybe he saves for a down payment on a property. Maybe he creates a digital product in his spare time. Maybe he builds a small extra income. In the first month, the difference between the two barely shows. In the second month, also not. But after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, the gap starts to become clear. One continues depending only on his own effort. The other begins to have sources of income working alongside him. It is like planting a tree. At first, it seems like nothing happens. You put the seed in the ground, water it, wait, protect it. Those who look from the outside may even laugh because they see no immediate result. But beneath the ground, something is growing. And when the tree appears, it does not grow big all at once. It grows little by little. But one day it starts to bear fruit. The asset works like that. You do not build financial freedom by buying things just to look good. You build financial freedom by buying or creating things that in the future can pay for your life. And here is a simple question that can change the way you deal with money. Before spending, ask yourself, will this put money in my pocket or take money out of my pocket? If it will take money out and it is not necessary, be careful. It may be a liability disguised as an achievement. If it can put money in your pocket, study, plan, and see if it makes sense. It may be a seed of wealth, because in the end, the person who buys too many liabilities lives carrying weight. But the person who builds assets starts to create freedom. And the first step to making money work for you is exactly this. Stop using your entire salary to feed expenses and start using part of it to build income sources. The second way to make money work for you is to invest in real estate to generate rental income. The idea here is simple. Instead of only buying things that take money out of your pocket, you start looking for something that can put money in your pocket every month. And real estate, when bought wisely, can do exactly that. Think of it this way. Many people spend their lives paying rent to live in someone else's property. Every month, part of their salary disappears. But whoever understands the money game starts to think differently. What if, instead of only paying rent, I also had a property that someone else rented from me? Of course, this does not happen just any way. It is not about buying any house, any apartment, or any land thinking you will automatically get rich. The secret lies in cash flow. Cash flow is the money that remains after you pay all the costs of that property. For example, if a property receives rent every month, but also has financing, condo fees, maintenance, taxes, and possible periods without a tenant, you need to calculate everything. If, after paying the expenses, there is still money left over, that property can be an asset. But if every month you need to take money out of your pocket to maintain it, it can become a burden. That is why the smart person does not buy property just because they found it beautiful. They do the math. They ask, is this property in a good location? Is there demand for rental in that area? Does the rental value cover the costs? Can the property appreciate over time? Are there schools, shops, transport, hospitals, supermarkets nearby? Is the area growing or stagnant? Because a good property is not just walls, a roof, and a door. A good property is location, demand, and income. Imagine a person who buys a small apartment in an area where many students, workers, or families are looking for housing. They rent that apartment, and every month they receive an income. Maybe at first that income is not huge. Maybe part of it goes toward paying the financing. But if the deal was well planned, the tenant themselves helps pay for that property over time. Meanwhile, the person's wealth keeps growing. This is a very important point. In a well-planned rental, someone else can help pay for an asset that, in the future, will be yours. You buy with strategy, rent responsibly, manage carefully, and little by little, that property can become an increasingly strong source of income. Now compare that to someone who buys an expensive car just to show status. Every month the car takes money out: fuel, maintenance, insurance, taxes, depreciation. The person feels good for a while, but financially they become heavier. The right property can do the opposite. It can pay you, and you do not have to start thinking about mansions, buildings, or large properties. Many people start small. A rented room, a studio apartment, a small apartment, a simple property in an area with good demand. The important thing is to start with an investor's mindset, not a consumer's emotion. The consumer looks at a property and thinks, I liked it. The investor looks at a property and thinks, does this give returns? That difference changes everything. There is also another point. Properties can appreciate over time. An area that today seems simple may grow. A street that today seems ordinary may become more sought after. A neighborhood may receive new shops, new businesses, better access, and when that happens, the property may be worth more than it was before. So real estate can benefit you in two ways. First, through the monthly rental income. Second, through long-term appreciation. But be careful. Real estate also requires patience. It is not an investment for someone who wants magical results in a week. It is for those who think like builders of wealth. It is for those who understand that solid wealth often grows slowly, but grows with strength. So before buying, study. Compare prices. Look at the average rent in the area. Calculate costs. Think about risks. Keep a reserve for maintenance. Do not buy just because someone said it was an opportunity. Do the math. Because money works better when you give it a clear mission, and the mission of rental real estate is simple. Transform part of your current income into a future source of income. You use your money to acquire an asset. That asset attracts a tenant. The tenant pays rent. The rent helps cover costs, financing, and over time can become free income for you. That is how many people build financial independence. One property at a time, one income at a time, one smart decision at a time. So the second way is this. Invest in properties that generate income, not in properties that merely look beautiful. Look for positive cash flow, think long-term, and let the rental work for you. The third way to make money work for you is to create digital assets that earn 24 hours a day. And here is one of the most powerful paths of our time, because in the past, to earn money, many people needed to be physically present somewhere. They needed to open a store, attend to customers at a counter, leave home, carry products, talk in person, depend on hours, depend on foot traffic. But today, with the internet, you can build something once, and that something can keep working for you even while you are sleeping. That is a digital asset. An ebook can be a digital asset. An online course can be a digital asset. A YouTube channel can be a digital asset. A blog, a template, a spreadsheet, a page, a community, a recorded class, a structured consultation, a ready-to-download material. All of this can become a source of income if it solves a real problem for someone. The big difference is this. When you only sell your time, you need to be present to earn. But when you create a digital asset, you create something that can be sold repeatedly. Imagine a person who knows how to organize personal finances. They could spend their entire life explaining the same thing to one person at a time. But if they transform that knowledge into a small ebook, a simple course, a spreadsheet, or organized videos, that knowledge starts to work for them. They teach once, record once, write once, build once. Then other people can buy, watch, download, or access that many times. It is like building a small machine. At first, maybe no one notices. Maybe the first sales take time. Maybe the first video has few views. Maybe the first digital product seems too simple, but every asset starts small. The mistake many people make is wanting to start perfectly. They want the perfect camera, perfect page, perfect logo, perfect product, perfect audience. And by wanting everything perfect, they never start. Those who build wealth understand something else. First, you put something out into the world, then you improve it. You can start with what you already know. Maybe you know how to do nails, cook, edit videos, organize a home, care for plants, teach a language, talk about health, finances, studying, beauty, sales, crafts, tools, spirituality, or any skill that helps someone. The secret is to transform knowledge into a solution, because people do not just buy information, they buy help. They buy a path, they buy time savings, they buy clarity, they buy transformation. If someone is lost and you create a material that shows them the step-by-step, you are creating value. If someone has a difficulty and you deliver a simple solution, you are creating value. If someone does not know where to start and you organize the path, you are creating value. And value can become income. Now think about the power of this. An ordinary worker needs to repeat the effort every day to receive, but a digital asset can remain available every day. It can be accessed in the morning, in the afternoon, at night, on Sundays, on holidays, while you are with your family, while you are resting. Of course, it is not easy money. Creating takes work. Promoting takes work. Improving takes work. But it is a different kind of work, because you are not just working to receive once, you are working to build something that can keep generating returns afterward. It is like planting a digital tree. You record a video today, it can be watched months from now. You write an ebook today, it can be sold many times. You create a spreadsheet today, it can help many people. You build a course today, it can train students while you are doing something else. And that is the main point. Digital assets break the prison of physical time. When you depend only on your time, there is a limit. You only have 24 hours in a day. But when you create content, a product or a system, you start to multiply your presence. You do not need to explain the same thing 1,000 times. Your video explains, your ebook explains, your course explains, your page sells, your system delivers. That is why the question is not only, how can I earn more money? The right question is, what do I know, do, or can learn that could become a digital asset? Maybe you do not have a ready product yet. That is fine. Start by creating content. Teach something simple. Share an experience. Show a process. Answer questions. Observe what people ask most. There may be the idea for your first product, because many times the product is born from the audience's question. If many people ask the same thing, perhaps there is a need. If there is a need, there may be an opportunity. If you create a solution, there may be income. But there is an important rule. Do not create just thinking about money. Create thinking about solving a problem. Money comes with more force when there is usefulness. A course that teaches something practical, an ebook that guides with clarity, a channel that educates, a blog that attracts readers, a template that saves time, a spreadsheet that organizes someone's life. All of this can become an asset, and the best part, you do not need to start big. You can start with a simple product, a small material, a short class, a direct guide, one video per week, one piece of content per day. The important thing is to start building. Because while many people use the internet only to consume, those who want financial freedom learn to use the internet to create. Some spend hours scrolling. Others use those hours to build something that can generate income in the future, and that is a huge difference. The third way is this: create digital assets that can sell, teach, attract an audience, or generate income even when you are not working directly. Use your knowledge, your skills, and your creativity to build something that works for you 24 hours a day. The fourth way is to reinvest profits instead of spending everything. Many people earn extra money and rush to buy something new. But those who want to build wealth think differently. They use that profit to grow. If a business made a profit, reinvest in more products, promotion, or tools. If an investment paid dividends, buy more assets. If a digital product sold, improve it or create another one. Profit should not be seen as money to spend quickly, but as fuel to increase your income. Because when you reinvest, money starts to work on top of other money. And that is how wealth grows over time. Do not spend everything too soon. Reinvest first, enjoy later. The fifth way is to rent or share what you already own. Many people have things sitting idle at home that could generate money. A spare room, a car, tools, equipment, a camera, a space, or even a skill. Instead of leaving everything idle, put it to work. If you have a spare room, you can rent it. If you have a tool you barely use, you can lend it for a fee. If you have a skill, such as editing video, cooking, fixing something, or teaching, you can turn it into income. The secret is to look at what you already have and ask, can this generate money for me? Because sometimes the first extra income does not come from buying something new, but from making better use of what you already have in your hands. Make your resources work for you, instead of sitting idle and producing nothing. The sixth way is to diversify your money. This means not depending only on one salary, one investment, or a single source of income. Because if everything depends on just one thing, any problem can shake your financial life. But when you spread your money better, you become more protected. One part can go toward an emergency reserve, another toward investments, another toward a small business, another toward digital assets, another in the future toward real estate or extra income. The secret is not to put your entire future on a single bet. Those who diversify create security. If one source weakens, another can keep working. Do not depend on just one path. Make your money work in several places at the same time. The seventh way is to start a small business or an extra income stream. You do not need to start big. You can start by selling a skill, offering a simple service, or creating a product that solves a real problem. Maybe you know how to edit videos, cook, do nails, fix something, teach, sell, manage social media, or create content. All of this can become income. The secret is to start small, test, learn, and improve. Many people wait to have everything perfect before starting, but those who truly grow start with what they have, learn along the way, and reinvest the first profits. Because an extra income today can become a small business tomorrow. And a small business with discipline can become a source of freedom. So do not depend only on your salary. Use your skills to create something of your own. And in the end, the message is simple. You do not become free just by working for money. You start to build freedom when you transform your money, your knowledge, and your time into assets that work for you. Start with one step, one asset, one extra income, one reinvested amount, one better decision per month. If you do this with patience and consistency, your financial life can change. Now comment down below, I will start today. And if this video helped you, go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who also needs to learn how to make money work for them.